Brother Roland for that side for England. We see Egbe Patience also don't join me for here. We salute you, Mami Egbe. Welcome, Mami Patience. All right, Mr. Peter Ambeng. We salute you, Mr. Christophe. Now welcome for All Man for House. Now welcome. Well, una sabisi will be people for here who like small music. So when we meet up, so make we shake small skin, make we knock small music. For that, we lead the Paris in music. Now our brother, he don't stand up. He really fight for Ambazonian. So make we knock his small music, and then I go take when I go for the story proper. All right, make we knock small. We lead the Paris in music.
Je suis le leader de la 3e génération. Ah ouais, Ambaboy, c'est moi. Pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous. Wally on the move.
Yes, Mami Wally.
Maman Ambazonian.
Salut, Mami.
Marie Université de Londres. Les anglophones, tu les assassines.
Pardon, libère-nous.
Les femmes enceintes, toi, tu les brûles.
Pardon, libère-nous.
Les journalistes, tu les assassines.
Pardon, libère-nous.
Les politiciens, tu les emprisonnes.
Pardon, libère-nous.
Dis donc, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous. Dis donc, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous. Nos diplômés de Bensikine, t'as divisé les Camerounais. Le tribalisme dans la patrie, 40 ans de dictature.
Sorry, we just we got a call from the studio people them, so I want to find out what did they really what did they go on. Okay, so the studio people that they tell we say we did live for Ground Zero. So all right, may no man not call me because we like what we go knock we finish our music.
Pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous. Dis donc, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous, oh, pardon, libère-nous. Yves Kemayo, le manager des managers. Oh yes, we need a Paris on choix again.
Oh yes, we need a Paris. Check out.
You don't make all étudiants and don't be in a chambre de Paris à quarta. Mon pour 20 ans de jambier, laissez du bagarre na outi vampire. Profession for that muna dem na jongleur. Il go battre waka for money time, you no get bolo. They want go ask Jean for bar, for credit. Il go pay a outi weti. Il travaille où? Il dit bolo for outside. Muna for 18 ans. Don't be a ninja. Akparade for hate. Don't be laissé dans la profession de make it pambla. Ni à l'axe que ferais-tu de ces jeunesses? Et finalement, dans la jeunesse, oui, don't take courage. Être pour Zanzibar, cross désert. Et pas d'accord, je meurs ou je vis. Calibre de calibro. Et mettons Macron face à face pour salon d'agriculture. N'a pas bien où Macron pour avoir. Et pas dans tes peuples, c'est moi qui a libéré Camto. What you let me say, c'est toi qui avais libéré Camto. Tu es menteur. Sapologie italiano en Amérique. Il vient répéter notre de son position clé. You know quoi bolo. Il vient c'est non tout mes jésiers. You know quoi bolo. Le pays appartient à ceux qui sont en haut. Ou au défaut down non. Beaucoup men. Après 40 ans de pouvoir, what you want to do with this them? The only profession where don't give for la water, you never confirm it. You go confirm anytime.
So.
Say, cocky way no get oil. Na a fussy pudding.
True talk.
That means say, le coquille qui n'a pas l'huile, c'est le pistache. Tu vas lire. Listen, when tu veux mouna, for 18 ans, when you no get bolo, you go ask credit for bar. On a listé franchement. Et j'y pour les mingono. Écoute la jeunesse camerounaise qui commande dans un bar. On a souffrance.
Yes.
On a beaucoup souffert. Franchement, 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 franchement. Mami yo, I beg for mimbo. Money no day today, I go pay you tomorrow. Mami yo, I beg for mimbo. Money no day today, I go pay you tomorrow. If I did lie, me water carry me go. Wali on the move, me water carry me go. If I did lie, me water carry me go. Me water carry me go.
All right. All man, una welcome. Una sabi say when we come for you, we like for move the energy a little bit so that make we really get a very inspiring conversation. So my fellow Ambazonians, yesterday the leader of our War of Independence, Dr. Ayabacho, he come address the Ambazonian people them. During he talk plenty things them about our War of Independence. He helped the Ambazonian people for gain a sense of clarity and a sense of direction. When at the essence of leadership, that the role of leadership, now say, for when you create a vision, you create a strategy, you create a roadmap, and then you create the action plan, the way people that they take them for actualize that vision. An effective leader for ongoing basis, almost every 2 weeks, every month, every 2 months, that leader they come back and they engage the people them. For help the people them to understand the place where they work where they don't achieve them, the work where they remain ahead, and for keep the people there, make them stay inspired, make they stay committed, make they feel energized, make they keep on believing for the vision. Now the work of an effective leader that. Now the work of an impactful leader that. The Ambazonian people, this generation, will be very lucky. Will be extremely lucky. Will be the most luckiest generation. For say, we get that kind charismatic leader. For say, we get that kind intelligent leader. For say, we get that kind leader where he get the heart of a lion. We get that kind leader where it is stand up for defend the people, their highest hopes, their highest aspiration, their highest dreams. Not be so we'll never get leaders in the past. Not be that the first time this way the Ambazonian people they rise up. What will be the difference between this generation and the previous generation? What will make this generation be different? Why be say since 1961, when La République du Cameroun occupy Ambazonia? Why the Ambazonian people they not be free? I want to ask you this question. Why since 1961, when La République du Cameroun occupy Ambazonia, he annexed Ambazonia? Why the Ambazonian people remain for occupation? Why? Now because leaders will not be there? Now because the people will not be really want for be free? Really? No. The people they want be free since 1961. They lack one thing. A leader will get the heart of a lion. A leader will go confront La République du Cameroun. A leader will go tell the people the truth. Say go take na sweat. He go take na blood. He go take na serious fight for destroy the occupation, for end the occupation. A leader, most leaders for the past, they be one man Ambazonia be free. But they not be get the canas, they not be get the heart for take the risk for the people them. That's why they play the game of the force of argument. Because it be very convenient. No leader no go sleep for gutter hole. No leader no go sleep for bush. No leader no go stay for bush. No leader no go take the risk for duty in need for be done. For free the people from the annexation and the occupation. So that's why, since 1961, the Ambazonian people, with all their determination, with all their passion, with all their commitment, even when they want to sacrifice their own lives for make Ambazonia be free, they not get the leaders. Where they be really understand the game of ending the occupation. They not be understand the game of the occupier. So they remain for this force of argument. And the Ambazonian people live through that psychology and that belief system until this generation have to rise up. While in the past, they try small things. They rise up for their own way. They rise up for the way they be things say go walk. But then other generations, they keep making the same mistake. They keep making the same mistake. They forget say the occupier get a set of strategies where they use them for always defeat the Ambazonian people then. So today, I want to reveal for the Ambazonian people then the number one strategy of the colonial state. La République du Cameroun, it not be ready for anything, it not be ready for a meaningful negotiation. La République du Cameroun not be ready for anything for any meaningful negotiation. La République du Cameroun not be ready. The strategy they don't use for 1961, they still use that exact same playbook even till now. But I want me to become more obvious for una when I explain for una what's going to happen. My brother, my comrade, and my good friend, Capo Daniel, he can give una the details of which I'm going to talk today. Today, I will give una the bigger picture of their strategy. Now, make we go back to Ambazonia before I take una go there. Cameroun, the people of Ambazonia and La République du Cameroun. The processes, not two different people them. Cameroun and Ambazonia, they never ever exist as one state. Now listen very carefully. La République du Cameroun and the people of Ambazonia, they never ever be one. Never. For the history of mankind, they never ever be one. When La République du Cameroun, they be taken away. When the French, when the war start, they carry that side. They take that German empire, they divide them, including Central Africa. All the other countries, they come on for that German empire. So Ambazonia and Cameroun, they never ever be one. When Cameroun, it tried for gain its own independence for 1960, Ambazonia not be part of it. Our forefathers, they come out for the Eastern House of Assembly, where they be take them, they talk to me, they administer them together. Ambazonia not be part of Cameroun. It not be part of Nigeria. Will be a unique set of people. And the world be the look how they go take them for raise the Ambazonian people them as most other countries then they gain independence. As the United Nations be talk say all colonies they must gain independence. The British government it be try to for find ways for Ambazonia to for getting independence according to the United Nations their program. Cameroun can't gain its own independence. And Ambazonia it be self-governing. La République gained independence in 1961. Do not be a new story, but I want to tell you the game. Ambazonian not be big part of it. When they talk, say make Ambazonian and Cameroun come together as two states, will they be equal in status? Two different states, them they will come together for form a union, what they call and say federation of two states. The things and way Ambazonia and Cameroun they supposed to do for create the document where go be na the marriage certificate for bring the two countries them together for them for form a union. The process is not be ever take place. La République du Cameroun, they not be one sign that union treaty. They not be one signer. They not ever sign am. Wait till una see the moment the plebiscite take place, the moment the UN it talks about they come together, they start their jama processes. They conquer Ambazonia. They occupy Ambazonia. Since 1961, the strategy of La République du Cameroun, it don't always be number one, for use excessive force. Either kill our people them, any person, when he open him up, he talks he want freedom. He open him up, he talks he want make a change this form of the state. Any person will open him up since 1961. They either disappear you using their military, disappear you using their police, disappear you using their gendarme, or they catch you, they go lock up. If they not disappear you, we mean say they kill you, they go torture you, catch you, go lock up, or they exile you. Now the first strategy that La République du Cameroun, they don't use them for keep the Ambazonian people them under occupation. For silence the Ambazonian people them. Now the first one that. Use their military, use excessive force, kill you, disappear you, torture you, or they exile you. Now the thing that way they don't fit, now the strategy that where they don't use them for keep Ambazonian people them under fear. If they know say you don't become too much for them, they go buy you in, they give you a job within the system. So that from inside, they go shut up your mob. They go make you become what they call and say elite. We mean say they don't chain your foot, they chain your hand, they take padlock, they put them for your mob. All they do, now for take small money, they put it inside your pocket. While your mob don't lock, they don't tie your foot, they tie your hand. Alright? So here you be, they call you an elite, but you not get mob. And you don't get food them for worker, and you don't get hand them. All the elites, where we not see them for Ambazonia, from where they occupy, they use them. Now the same thing, they don't use them. For put them within those communities as representative of those communities, but those elites them, they don't get the mob for talk anymore, they don't get the food for worker, they don't get the hand for work for the people them anymore. Until now the strategy they don't use them, until this generation woke up. The reason, and for 2017, Ambazonian be one make the same mistake. 2016, sorry. We want make the same mistake where all the other generations they don't make them. Say they want to go talk for the colonial state. If the colonial state, if it accommodate the Ambazonian people then. If the colonial state, it just makes small reforms. If it make educational reforms, it make the legal system reforms. Then the Ambazonian people will be comfortable slaves in pain. Ambazonian people, they will be in pain. But as long as they be comfortable, as long as no man not beat them anymore, no man not touch them anymore, Cameroun get the right for govern Ambazonia. Cameroun get the right for occupy Ambazonia. Cameroun get the right for hold on to, for claim say Ambazonia are part of Cameroun. Same mistake they want make for 2016. They catch, ballad them, fontaine them, justiciar pour them, or drag, go lock them. Catch them. People, they want just They call for the formation of the colonial state. For accommodate the Ambazonian people them. They can't go lock them. When they come out, they say, they can't talk. They tell them, they shut up. Carry back money, divide them for some of them. Then when they go for prison, after they don't torture them small, torture justice higher poor, so they want lost the eye. They castrate Bala, castrate Fontaine. By the time the one come off our side, the colonial state don't succeed for weakening them. Bala and Fontaine, they go sign agreement. Say they no go ever stand for Ambazonian independence. Now the purpose of they send our people them for prison. When they don't knock you, fine. They put palof for your mob. Bala and Fontaine in front of Akeremuna.
Power off.
They sign agreement. So they no go ever talk about self-determination for Ambazonia. When I go ask Akeremuna, you want not be in a conspiracy theory. Now be the represent Bala and Fontaine. Fortunately for Ambazonian people then, Paata Wilfred, the colonial state be defining, for give it 400 million. Make it she don't quiet. Make it call me school, go back. Paata succeed for wrong. During this period, Dr. Ayabacho, it did look all what did happen with the Coney Eye. It did look all the games with the Bala and the Fontaine that they play with the Coney Eye. He asked himself, say, where? See how the people they be hungry for liberation. See how the people they be dedicated. Why would he go back Cameroun, make it create reformation? It create change for accommodate the Ambazonian people. A people where they get a country on their own. See how the population be ready for rise up. But they lack a leader for guide them. I say, okay, all right. Now, since we don't defy these people, then we see now say the people don't be ready. The people they don't mature enough for understand the game, for understand say for gain for fight for end occupation. You get for sacrifice. You get for fight. You get for put your life on the line. This man is start for mobilize Ambazonians. He sent a couple of people them, including God bless big man for ADF, Sheikh Avi. He sent them for ground zero. Since 2014, they start for map all the territory of Ambazonia. They draw all the map for place where all the gendarme station the day, place where all the police station the day, place where all the army camp the day, place where all the SDO house, all the SDO's office, all tax office, treasury. They map out the entire territory of Ambazonia for place where how la Republic of Cameroun it don't structure the occupation and the arsenals of the occupation. Since 2014, they start for create maps for Ambazonia so that for every subdivision they go know exactly who's are all these places, who's are the army camp there, who's are the gendarme camp, the gendarme station there, who's are the police station there, who's are SDO house there, who's are DO house there. They map all the territory of Ambazonia. So when 271 reach, they start for recruit Ambazonians. For talk say they say the people don't be mature enough for confront La Republique their lie, for challenge the occupation. I will not go challenge them by protesting. We'll go challenge them as other people they don't be occupied. They don't do them. We'll go follow the playbook of people of countries that like America. When America be there under British occupation, now protest be make American gain independence. No, the American people they fight block by block. They fight the British army until the British army they pack out. American gain independence. Dr. Abatok say, we go follow the examples of other people them where they don't be, where they live under occupation and how they be doing for became free, for gain freedom. It start for build army for Ambazonian. They go create camps for Boki. They go create camps for Akwaya, for the southern part of Akwaya, for the Boki area. They go for a big forest there. The first group of Ambazonians, they be been as 700 Ambazonians. 700, the first set of soldiers. Now 700. Dr. Abatok say all this nonsense we una dey do am say una wan go talk with the Prime Minister of Cameroon. Una no understand colonialism? Una no understand what it be occupation? Those people no go talk anything serious. Because the entire state of Cameroon, it depends on their occupation for their own survival. So Muna not think say they go make anything we go be meaningful to the Ambazonian people. The only thing we go make the international community respond and listen to the Ambazonian people them. Now the sounds of an AK, now the sounds of the gun, we go do them for the American way. We go do them for the same way where the Americans they do them. We go start make the gun the holler. They put the first 700 boys for camps, for daddy, for kekukesem. You know correct. Dr. Yaba, he helped for move Ambazonians them. Some Ambazonians they were there for big place for the colonial army, for the colonial police, for the colonial gendarme. They call it, he defect them. He helped for move them. He said, look, una did do it. Una did na so una de send una mo na go beat mami them. Go do kale for Ambazonia. Send una for our villages and our towns. For go beat what people them. What una do here? Time don't reach what people don't rise up. The time don't reach where you go help for liberate them. Dr. Eba used his own personal money. He helped these people, they made a come out for La Republique Army. He helped them make a come out for La Republique B. He helped them make a come out La Republique Gendarme. He defect them. He start to teach them about revolution, about education. He say, "Beg, una come, una go help we, una train boys them." That's how ADF start. That's how ADF start. One of the people, the way they be helped for defect them, it be na General Ayeke. Ayeke be na a B too. Where they don't help for defectee. But the person will be, it be na the connecting point between Ayeke and the ADF. By the time Ayeke want come out, they don't lost contact as they not be fit for communicate. Now the thing that Ayeke go for. Now the thing that way Ayeke go for bad people their hand. Now the thing that Ayeke go end up for the infiltrators their hand. If not be so, Ayeke for end up for be like one of those great ADF fighters them. So now for they start for take this professional army them for train with first 700 boys. And then they start for build camps for all across Ambazonia. And then General Ivo can rise up. So when they see all the political nonsense, how they want to take what people them again go play the same games of the past, Dr. Abba said not be with this generation. He said not be with this generation. He talks about this generation, it must free Ambazonia. We no go postpone the responsibility of the freedom of Ambazonian people them for the next generation. Can you stop calling me? I'll call you later, please. He said we no go postpone the responsibility for free Ambazonia onto the next generation. This generation, it must fulfill the promise for free homeland. The Ambazonian Defense Forces, they create them with one single aim. It go be na the army. We go defeat La République du Cameroun. It go be na the army for fight Cameroun. Fight Cameroon army fight Cameroun B, fight Cameroun gendarme, fight Cameroun police, and defend the Ambazonian people them. They create ADF with one mission: liberate Ambazonia. They teach them how to fight. They give them a code of conduct. That means say a set of behaviors where every ADF soldier get for follow on. A set of conduct, a set of values where every ADF soldier get for live with them. Between 2017 and 2019, the Ambazonian Defense Forces, it trained more than 7,000. Una year fine. Between the early part of 2017 and 2019, the Ambazonian Defense Forces, it recruit and it trained more than 7,000 soldiers and spread them all across Ambazonia, including Chacha, including General Aruke. All them na soldier them for ADF. All them na ADF train them. Every single commander for ground zero, every general for ground zero, na ADF training. So what will be the Republic again? With the strategy of the block by block, where it means say as they create the ADF, because they get a map of the entire Cameroon occupational infrastructure for Ambazonia, that's why the ADF is goal. It be been for go after the colonial infrastructures. Because as I've been already explained for a couple of months ago, once you dismantle the infrastructures of occupation, you render the occupation useless. So they create this roadmap for the Ambazonian Defense Forces. For dismantle the colonial infrastructure and capture and killed all the colonial authorities for Ambazonia in order for end Cameroon occupation. Because without the occupational infrastructure, there is no occupation. The thing where they keep occupation running, now the infrastructures of occupation. So they be understand say the fastest way for destroy and end Cameroon occupation. Not be not only for fight the army, police, and gendarme, no. Not for dismantle the infrastructures of occupation. Once you dismantle the infrastructures of occupation and the colonial authorities where they run those infrastructures, the occupation will come to an end. Now for here, the first strategy of Ambazonian liberation it be created, where they call and say, make the territory ungovernable. The second strategy for stop economic exploitation with all these forces, them, the goal of the forces, their goal now for make sure say La Republique du Cameroun will not get the means and the capacity for govern Ambazonia. So that's why we create these forces, them all across Ambazonia. So that La Republique will go stretch them, They go take all these their forces. How the size of Ambazonia, they go only get a small for here. They not fit concentrate themselves in one place and will go fit for fight them. So that's why the block by block it be very effective. La Republique du Cameroun knows okay, they go lost this war with this strategy with Dr. But don't give them, and the way where they organize the ADF and the sense where they put them for their head, the education where they give them, the revolutionary education, the psychology where they give them, the nationalism where they put them for ADF, it go be very difficult for La Republique du Cameroun army, police, and gendarme for fight the ADF. And it will be very difficult for them for bribe them. So now La Republique du Cameroun, it go back for go do what they don't always do best. It go bring in infiltrators. Now for here they can bring Samuel Sako and Chris Ano. Now for here they bring in Eric Tato. Now for year, when La Republique no say they go lost, they bring in Samuel Sako, they bring in Chris Anu. Now the reason that way they catch Siseko Ayok Tabe Julius, because Siseko be denied their money. Siseko denied their money, he denied their game. That's why they catch Siseko. And then they replace Siseko Ayok Tabe Julius with an infiltrator, a person where they be already buy. They replace Siseko Ayok with Samuel Sako. They know say they not be fit for buy Dr. Ayaba. They know say they not be fit for buy the ADF for end the war of independence. So they recruit Sako and Chris Anu for become infiltrators so that they become the biggest enablers and obstructors. The people they go obstruct our plans. They bring them in. At that time, they push in Eric Tato for accompany Sako and Chris Anu. Now for here, they start the games for destroy Ambazonian from within. Now for here, they start the games for destroy Ground Zero. Samuel Sako, Chris Anu, and Eric Tato. Now the first 3 people them this will La Republique use them for start for destroy Ground Zero. Through the ADF, General Ivo will liberate the entire southern zone. Through the ADF, General Ivo will liberate all the states. Man, you be liberated. Man, you be the center of Ambazonian War of Independence. Meme be liberated. Le BLM even catch the deal for Le BLM for 2017. For 11 February 2017, the ADF catch the deal for Le BLM. Most of the territory of Ambazonia will already be too ungovernable. La Republique stand notice and say, with the way with the ADF, they move the war of independence, it be guaranteed say Ambazonia will be liberated in a very short period of time. That's why they bring in Sako, Chris Anu, and Eric Tato for start for destroy the revolution from within. That's why when they come in, they create the county by county as a strategy for puncture the defense for ground, as a strategy for scatter the defense for ground. Now the work of Sako, Chris Anu, and Eric Tato that from the beginning for puncture the defense of homeland and destroy all the infrastructure of Bilan. That's why they bring all these games. Say if you not come out for Manu, you not fight for Manu. Boys they come out whether not from Goketunja, they fight for Akwaya. And they be very effective because they be only get one mission. No man not be claim say be government, they be only get one purpose, liberate Ambazonia. So these 3 people, they scatter Ground Zero. They start for use La Republique du Cameroun, their corruption. La Republique du Cameroun now start for give them money, for start for buy fighters, buy generals. If you not agree, make they buy you. You not agree for work with them, they kill you. They make Ground Zero. It becomes so toxic, and the person will be the primary mouthpiece for the toxicity of Ground Zero. The poison of Ground Zero, it be na Eric Tato. Not be even Chris Anu, not be even Sako. Eric Tato become the poison for scatter the defense of Ambazonia on behalf of La Republique du Cameroun. Eric Tato, it become the how they call him? It become the storm for destroy. It become the mouthpiece of destruction. It become the mouthpiece of toxicity. Now so they take them, they scatter Manu, scatter Meme, scatter Fako, scatter Andian scatter Coupe, move for the northern zone, buy generals. They try for buy General Ivo. The first time I talk with General Ivo, General cry. You listen for the audios with John Iguan, with Wogusako. They is sent up for General Ivo. General Ivo tell them, say no. You say he must abandon the ADF. You say he must abandon Dr. Ayaba. Me can't work with them. General Ivo talk with them, say, I not feel work with people the way they not feel supply. We there for ground zero. The reason why I like the ADF and I like Dr. Ayabacho now because it is supply the forces. And General Ivo they take what they send for you again for all the other fighters them. Because the ADF believes say all group for down they be fight for Ambazonian. So the ADF be the supply or they take their material, divide them for all the groups. Now for year corruption enter ground zero. Through Sako, Chris Anu, and Eric Tato, corruption enter ground zero. If they not buy you for fight under them, for become a splinter group, for become an infiltrated group, then you must come on ground zero. In Mecca, fighters they not be fit for move again before a fighter fit move from any place to any point. And a fighter fit fight for any point. Any place where a fighter he enter, the community they welcome him. Everything stop. Every place for ground zero become very suspicious. Defense group they not fit trust other defense groups. The last time I finally talked for General Ivo, it don't be too stressed. And so they trap you for all sides. They send you all kind audios. General Ivo will not be stay focused anymore. He not be fit for stay focused anymore for work. They plan for killing for all sides. Eric Tato launch a campaign for kill General Ivo. For blackmail General Ivo. Every day, he make a mission. Every single day. He built the entire career until they succeed for assassinate General Ivo. And then they call la République du Cameroun B. Where they can carry the corpse. For bring down Ambazonian. The only thing we don't build them as a people, we don't give we hope. It make the world start to talk about we. La République du Cameroun, it buy our own brothers them. Use money, it buy them. For fight the revolution from inside. For scatter we from inside. It's not correct. Eric Tato then move for the next step. After they kill General Ivo, it be La République du Cameroun, it put 1 billion. Say they must kill General Dr. Ayaba. It put 1 billion for table. Eric Tato go crazy. It become like person we don't smoke banger every day. It start for go online every day. For blackmail Dr. Ayaba, fight Dr. Ayaba, for kill Dr. Ayaba. Every single day, he spent almost an entire year for destroy Dr. Ayabacho. Because La République du Cameroun be no saying that the only person that will stand between Ambazonian and Cameroon. Cristiano they do on one side, then they do on for one side. Sako come out, he can ban Dr. Ayaba, he ban Gov't, ban ADF. And then Ambazonian they talk say they say now infighting. My people, there's no infighting. You must understand the strategy of the occupier. You must understand how they work. I tell you all this one a couple of months ago, just about 4 months ago. I can't tell the Ambazonian people say, La République du Cameroun, the first money where they offer me been at $50,000. I tell them, say, may they fuck themselves up. In all these 3 months then, they can't offer me $100,000. I can't tell the Ambazonian people. 4 months ago, they contact me. They offer 250 million for me and for Capo Daniel. When they know say they don't buy the other one them, they know say what political and revolutionary education with the gear for the Ambazonian people be very effective. And will start for become the most trusted activist in terms of truth, education, and inspiration for the Ambazonian people. We become the target of their corruption. They increase the money to 250 million. I can't tell you, and I tell you the contact person will be sending. And one can tell the Ambazonian people now, La République du Cameroun, it don't put 1 billion CFA for table. For buy the other activities, they would not succeed for buy them. La République du Cameroun don't put 1 billion for table. For buy Ambazonians. All across diaspora. The one they send people made a meet up with. Forget meetings. Last week, one of those people then, they try to talk with me for WhatsApp. I tell them they send an official letter to the press secretary of the Executive Office or Governing Council of Ambazonia. When I tell them they send that letter directly from my office. The tonton shame maker. The office sender. This 1 billion what they tell you now. A specific person there and with an organization and with a couple of other people then where they send them across the world for meet up Ambazonia them for any country where Ambazonia they did for buy them, for silence them, for buy them with this 1 billion. Any amount that they call you, they tell you say what it be a price. La République du call we. Say the one can meet up we. How much be our price? For no fight for Ambazonian anymore. How much be our price? For not support Gov't anymore. For not support ADF anymore. How much be our price? How much? And the question that they ask you, they say any price where you want them. Anything where you want them. They go send person from the Prime Minister's office. You can't meet up for the country where they did. As long as you go sign. Game day on. That's why yesterday, Dr. Ayaba, he became for explaining for the Ambazonian people say the first law, La République, their first strategy, now for use the military. If they not use their military for defeat we for ground, now occupation this. Any person with think politics, you delight to yourself. Now a very complex game this. We need to be honest with our people then. La République du Cameroun not be ready because no act of union exists between Ambazonia and Cameroun. That's why they fear for go for table. La République the fear for go for table because he knows say for the first time they are lie. They are lie. The lie where they don't always lie. Say Ambazonian are part of Cameroun. We don't debunk them. And the fact say Dr. Yaba, it built an effective army where they make the only thing where they make the international community they talk now. Now because Dr. Yaba don't build ADF for ground zero. And that's why Samuel Sako, Chris Anu, and Eric Tato, their primary goal is be done for destroy the ADF. Without the Ambazonian Defense Forces, there will be no Ambazonia. Without the Ambazonian Defense Forces, there will be no such thing as a negotiation. Nothing. That's why they killed General Ivo. That's why they raise money for kill General Efa. That's why they killed 23 ADF fighters, including General Agama for Bui. Now for make sure say Ambazonia become weak. Once La République of Cameroon army, police, and gendarme, if he use their military, if he use their forces, destroy the defense of homeland, this whole thing say Ambazonia freedom go end. It go end. La République of Cameroon, it go implement their special status. Another form, now a mask for disguise their occupation of Ambazonia. That same thing they call it special status, they give them for all their other 10 or all their other 8 regions. They get the exact same thing. All the other 8 regions until they get House of Chiefs. So make some man of fool now. Now the same. The one for Ambazonia, they just call it special status. The one for Northwest and Southwest, as they call it, they just call it special status. But for all the other 10 regions, are the exact same fucking thing. Cameroon not be ready for any genuine negotiation because they know say they go lost. Because they go know say since 1961, their presence for Ambazonia and their presence of occupation. And all the resources and the minerals and all the money with the Romo of Ambazonia, it been a thief. Because no treaty of union be signed. So nothing legal will bind Ambazonia and La République of Cameroon. They know so. That's why now they use now their own recruits. So the first strategy now for defeat we militarily. Second strategy, and the reason this one I want to talk on now. The second strategy now for use bribery and corruption. If they not fit defeat we, then they go do what Sako and Chris Anu don't do for ground zero. Buy all those fighters, corrupt the fighters, and then not provide the fighters them with guns and weapons, and then you put them for places where La République can wipe them out. And that's why for 2019, within a period of 6 months, they killed 680 county by county fighters. As they promised them, say they will give them weapons. When they take that 2 million, or as they talk now saying at 1.4, they take 1.4 million. La République, Sako and Anu, and including Eric Tato, they embezzle that money. When I remember, say that time, Eric Tato be been at number 1 boy for Sako back. When I remember, someone will not forget, it be part of the game, part of the money, now he chop them too. So until it can start for talk with the Ambazonian people, how much of that money will they be paying, how much it be the take them, and how much all them will they be the work with Sako, how much their own part will they play on. Until it's time for talk that story, the whole fucking thing will be a nonsense. Until he can confess to the death, to the killing of General Ivo. Until he can confess. Because we've been at the same thing for caught 381 Ambazonia in their hand. Same. La République will give that instruction them. Now for turn the people against the revolution. Until he can talk, who will give you that advice? And why he can't talk him? Even when he knows he will be bad for the war of independence. Why he continue for preaching for 6 months? So they caught 381 Ambazonia, they hand them. Cut their food, cut some get their bobby. Until they can't answer to these questions. All them, they still fall under the same group of enablers and spoilers. They will not be an accusation. Facts. And we need to be honest with ourselves. Not be a favoritism. We need to be honest. We were suffering people for ground. We need to be honest. We were refugees them. We need to be honest. We were prisoners. We need to be honest. We were papa them. We need to be honest. We were mommy them. We need to be honest. Say amongst us, people they were their work now for destroy from within. For keep Ambazonian people them under occupation. Their work now for destroy the movements, weaken the movements, cause infighting, demoralize Ambazonians, but they not stay focused. That's why they need to push any specific agenda. Not only from one group to the next, but no agenda, no plan. That's why today they can't push, they can't tell about Ambazonia. The next day they go tell and say they want to go work now with Maurice Camto. Then the next day they can't tell and say, oh, make Ambazonia they go back to school. They pay them now on projects. 1 billion day for table. And that's why most of them they live on. Now the money that way most of them they live on. Take this small money from La République du Cameroun. As when I don't the year now, even Padi Asang I don't can they reveal them. We need to be honest. First strategy, La République want to destroy Ambazonia by military action because they don't want to negotiate. Number 2, they want to use enablers and infiltrators for destroy us from within. For destroy ground zero from within. Most of the forces under county by county, they don't buy the order, so fiap all them. They don't sell all of those forces for La République du Cameroun. If they don't sell them for La République du Cameroun, they don't be taken over and be controlled by Cameroon Secret Services. Most of them. That's why they carry out the action so they carry on. We don't understand the game. 1 billion day for table. We tell now facts. Ambazonian FBI Capo Daniel. They go can show all winner, including audios of these conversations. What did this one mean for the Ambazonian people then? We no go pass on the responsibility for liberate Ambazonia to the next generation. Cameroon will already be defeated. What strategy don't defeat Cameroon? Every liberation they get leadership. For Ambazonia their own, they want to take and turn them into a political game. We no go allow any group or a set of people for take Ambazonia War of Independence and turn them into some little political game. The lives of our people, they matter. The life of the 20-something thousand people where they don't kill them, they matter. The suffering of our refugees, them, they matter. The sufferings of those who they did for Kondengi and all the other prisons, they matter. The people who they don't burn all their houses and they stay for bush, their lives matter. We must stand up as a people for defend the interest and aspiration and hope of the Ambazonian people them. We must fight. Why would we fight La République du Cameroun? We go fight the internal enablers. We go fight the spoilers. We go expose every single one of them. Any person where they work against the Ambazonian War of Independence, we go expose you. Any man where take money for La République du Cameroun for you for turn your back against Ambazonia, we go expose you. Any person where you go take an office for La République du Cameroun for become a contractor for talk say they say you want to go reconstruct Ambazonia, we go expose you. Any man we talk say if you want a peace, make a return for northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, we go expose you. What people they don't rise for become free. We must end the lie. Say Ambazonia and Cameroon are one. We must end the occupation. We must stand up as a noble people for defend the suffering, the pain of our people then. Our people they not become refugees for we for can't play political games. Our people they need to suffer for Nigeria and all across other places for we for can't play political games. They never burn 500 villages and they send 1.7 million Ambazonians for live for bush. For people for can't play political games and go collect bribe for La République du Cameroun, for make our people they go back into suffering. It no go happen with this generation. Ambazonian people, they get a leadership. We go battle La République to the logical end. Just like the Americans, they battle La République du Cameroun. Just like the leader talk am yesterday, we no go transfer the responsibility of the freedom of homeland for another generation. We don't rise up as a people. We must commit ourselves to a stable leadership. We don't give the Ambazonian people them a roadmap. It give the Ambazonian people a vision. It give the Ambazonian people a roadmap. It give the Ambazonian people a strategy. And it help we for build the only thing we remember for ground, the Ambazonian Defense Forces. No matter how much they don't plant hate for your heart, no matter how much they don't plant them for your heart, plant them for your heart, make you hate the truth, make you only believe for fantasy, make you believe for politics, make you hate what to be practical. No matter how much they don't plant them for your heart. All we get for come together as a people, we get one mission. La République don't be defeated. La République don't be humiliated. Their governors, they don't run Ambazonia. Their SDOs, they don't run Ambazonia. Their senators, they don't run Ambazonia. Their colonial DOs, they don't run Ambazonia. Their parliamentarians, they don't run Ambazonia. CDC don't be burned down. 80% of CDC they down. 100% of Pamol they down. Sonora don't be down. 80% of timber, they don't feel exploit them anymore. Now what's again, man? The leader don't give the Ambazonian people yesterday. We tell you all we yesterday. At the time this will all we for come together as a people with a belief for independence, with a belief for freedom. All the patriots, every woman and every man of Ambazonia, where you stand up for the freedom of the Ambazonian people, them rise up. Join with the work. Join with it, don't give you this victory. For stabilize ground zero. Without a powerful defense force, there is no negotiation. Now listen fine. Without a powerful defense force on the ground, we're not going to get a negotiation with La République. One more get them for La République. A powerful negotiation where go bring Ambazonian and La République to a credible table of negotiation for Cameroun's surrender. Cameroon go for sign surrender agreement. It go only come now when we show say as we don't defeat La République du Cameroun, we will put a big force for ground zero. We go ensure stability, peace, security, and the protection of the Ambazonian people there. And the work that we need for doing now. We want to be very careful with this new plan where La République don't unleash them. For spend 1 billion for buy Ambazonians. Any man we wanna see start for twist him up, he don't go chop that soya. Any man we start for turn it back for Ambazonian, he don't go chop that soya. 1 billion they down. The person where he be in charge of this project, his name na Belinga, I think Ondua. Now he be the chairman for the center where they call and say Center for Conflict Prevention in Central Africa. Now he be in charge for this 1 billion. Now he go around for organize people them. We go put the face and the picture of outside. Now he go around for organize for contact Ambazonians them and get this discussion. Now he be the person who offer me 250. Now he be the first person where they send it from the Prime Minister's office, may can offer me 100,000. And then 4 months ago, they moved the money to 250 million. Any man, we turn it back for the Ambazonian people them. The Ambazonian people them. You go face the court of justice. Ambazonia be guaranteed for free. Any activist, we go take La République du Cameroun their money for turn your back against Ambazonia. In due time, you will face the Ambazonian people them. Just like all the other people them, where they turn their back against the people that want freedom, you will face the same thing. The French people them, they be teach enable us a lesson. Ambazonian will be any different. Will be a noble people with noble character. Money no go buy the conscience. Money we no go take like the devil money for sell the hopes, the dreams, and the future of a country. We no go do am. But the conversation this one can get them. We will papa them, we will mommy them. We will serve the Ambazonian people with the highest level of truth and honesty. No conny no day. No conny. Even if the ADF make mistake, I go tell the Ambazonian people that conny no day. Our people, their lives. I go take calls for any person we want to call. I go take telephone calls them for any person we want to call. The lines will be open. And the phone number that for on the front. I go take a few calls. I get about 10 more minutes. So I will take a few calls. Anything I don't talk for here, any person we want to call, make we talk a day live. Well, some person talks say volume not there. I don't know how person talks say volume not there. All right. So the people for AC and their studio, they talk say make I tell all now. They say right now every Ambazonian will use a smartphone. If you go for Google Play Store, you download ACN TV app so that if you watch the TV for your app. And what you wanna talk? What about so right now the only thing for Google Play Store. That means say for all we would use now Apple device them. Okay, some person talks my volume be very good. For all we way that okay. Some person they call, I'll take this person a call from ground zero.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, at the corner of ground zero.
I know so you call from ground zero. I want just tell you, say, as you call right now, so are they for live? That means are they for Facebook Live, and they also show them live for ground zero for television. So if you want to talk now until we've been a private, then not the best time this. But if you want to ask a question or you get something you want make a explain them for you, then we fit talk them because all man they hear you.
Yes, I guess on 2 hours explain them talk them for me.
Go on.
I want to talk now concerning the picking away they kidnap them for go them undress them. Which about the one the way they kill them, so that teaches the way they take them away.
Okay, so you get
you
get a beg. Mad,
yes,
just tell you
action.
because we not get plenty time. We will give you now. We will give every caller now only 2 minutes. So I beg help we talk with you. Want talk for 2 minutes.
Okay. Some kind action in the ground way for me, I even appreciate and pass on one them. Now one the way they kill up in the years, I will condemn them. Now one the way they do the other action they for limbe. A verbal warning that I like I say some kind of action in the way at least only for the appreciate and then some would do already insult. Would they keep on insulting others leaders them, other activism. For me, the sense that they bring plenty of confusion for the struggle. I want us to come together once more again. that means see how the thing fit proceed. For not take much of your time, na the only thing that we may have to get down.
All right, stay there. You get a few more seconds. Number one, the first we need for no say they say La Republic du Cameroun, as we already explained for all now. La Republic du Cameroun, they don't choke their own people them inside here. May they do things that would be anti-revolutionary for cause confusion and for cause infighting within us. The second thing I say La Republic du Cameroun, they don't recruit people, Ambazonians, for make sure say ground zero scatter. All right. So wait till you talk about the action for Limbe. The policy of Governing Council of Ambazonia, the policy of the Ambazonian people them since 2016, na say no colonial school they operate for Ambazonia. The reason why we will condemn and will go after the way it is like you think about it. So that girl from Moyuka, that sister from Moyuka, where they go catch you.
Yes.
They cut his neck for public.
Comfort, yes.
You support her?
I don't ever support them.
Okay, stay there with me. You not support her. That's fine. Now this same group, we go burn that school. You support say make a group with the fight for Ambazonia make burn school?
No.
Okay, stay there with me. You support say they say a group with the fight for Ambazonia may go catch picking them. It naked them. La Republic du Cameroun, their army. Wait, just wait. Now you bring this matter up. Just wait. You don't talk your own. Let me talk more. La Republic du Cameroun, the catch will get what picking them. It robbed them from what? Right?
Mm-hmm.
If some school they go on, if fighters they go for that school, that fighters they feel just the fact that they hold gun, all that picking they no go wrong.
Normally they go run.
So why an Ambazonian fighter go for school? You go take girls. While girl picking them. If you get girl picking, if that picking, then when them naked them yesterday. If they are girl picking, they be naked. They take gun, they knock it buttocks, take collars, knock it for buttocks, and make film, put them for outside. You for be happy today?
No, I'm not be happy.
Thank you very much. The calls the day open. The phone line be open. The calls will be open. We will provide the clarity where people they need them. The actions of infiltrators and the actions of pure defense forces, they be very different. The actions where they take place, the kidnapping of 12 teachers for Bui by the Bui warriors, now an action for give Cameroun a cover. The actions will take place yesterday for Victoria, we condemn her. The actions be carried out by the mountain lions, who they be controlled by Samuel Sako and Chris Anu. Now an infiltrated group. Now the same mountain lions, the caught sister come for the neck for Moyoka. Why La Republique du Cameroun till today? It is fear for publish the name of this defense group, their name. Why the fear? Why La Republique du Cameroun till today? It never publish them. And it talks, they say that group it be controlled by Chris Anu and Samuel Sako. Why? Why? When their Cameroon Tribune go carry out the investigation, it write the report. La Republique du Cameroun deny them and not publish them. Why? Because it will expose the connection between Sako, Chris Anu, and La Republique du Cameroun. The lines will be open. Who want call? If you there for ground zero, you want call, we'll be here for answer on a question. I get a few more minutes for take a few more calls. We need for provide leadership and clarity for our people them. No more messing around with the hopes and the lives of our people them. Our people that rise up, they sacrifice their lives. We don't lost more than 20,000 Ambazonians. There's no messing around. There's no joke. The lives of our people didn't matter. Our mommy the way, our mommy them, our sister them, our brother them, our big papa the way they suffer for Nigeria. The matter, no person go mess around with the Ambazonian War of Independence. Let me take this call from you. Hello, comrade.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, hello, you get me?
Yes, comrade. Would hear you fine.
Hello.
Yeah, would hear you fine.
All right, I the call from Cyprus.
Okay.
Yeah, the call from Cyprus.
Well, how far una for Cyprus now?
Come on with no easy. People they can't Cyprus now every day. Trade they happen back for house, easy. Trade they happen back for homeland. It make people them for their shit. Frankly speaking, easy for everybody to push up.
Okay, well, by the way, I want to tell you, say this will follow up with what they happen for una, and we also know say even for una for stay for that country, we also know say not easy, and we understand saying that because our country be occupied, our country they don't declare a war and a genocide for our country, that the reason that we all una they run. So we understand why all we there for outside here. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, maybe I'll call you privately because I get some little thing a bit secretive. But I want to talk for our people them back for us and say we don't be for outside. We don't be for outside. Frankly speaking, when you don't come out for outside country, trade meet up for outside, it is some shameful for trade to get back for homeland. Let me say the government get nothing to offer and for we as people of Southern Cameroonians, people with a sovereign way we be. They don't get nothing to offer, no infrastructural development, the educational system is a sham. In fact, the security system is not there. When we go outside, we decline every day. I mean, people with no destiny, with no capability, or father don't finish. And tell what people them say, they know say people in the day for outside, they don't see the need. They don't see the need and the possibility for change the life of people them for back for house. If they doesn't make picking and not go for school or to make people they go for colonial school, not be say we no like make picking and go for school. Me say I be young man where I talk to. When I travel come up for Cameroon, see where I see them for outside for Europe, it is 10 times better without any resources. Without any, the Cyprus you not get nothing. They don't have any oil. They don't have any touristic whatever. But they are much better.
Yes.
They are much better.
Okay.
So I think we were people they need to understand. Say the leadership of the leadership of the EGOV. See, it's just a gateway. It's a gateway to our freedom. It's a gateway to our liberation. So me I say me all man rally for back Dr. Ayabacho. I don't follow this now. I first did this for call.
Thank you very much.
For Dr. Ayabacho, he don't give a roadmap and a strategy. And they do masters for international relations, and I don't follow up critically. That's a very good roadmap. We don't care. Make all who rally for them will put money as much as we fit. We free homeland. Homeland not be only for we. Me I be still young man, but my option, my omission as waiting. Me we begin and our next generation them for come. May they get a better place. Not about we. My power is born me, it grow, get hope. Get hope for a brighter future. Me say we born am, I not get hope for a brighter future. Even me say if I born picking at the face, picking no go get a brighter future. Because of what? Because of the marginalization, because of a colonial system, a neo-colonial system, where la Republic is instituted for our own territory. So me I want to say, make all people for Southern Cameroon stand up strong. Now our fight, we go free homeland. Not now today for the start the fight for their independence.
All right, my
we
brother.
Thank
you very much.
Many years it take, we must free our homeland. So
All
now
right.
the small talk that I get and for contribute and come with us.
Thank you very much. We'll talk about background for the other private matter then. Una stay fine. Salute all man for that side.
All right,
All right. We'll get a few calls where they don't come in. We thank you, brother, for that side for Cyprus. We'll get a few calls where they don't come in. We'll call this comrade for from the United States. All right.
Yes, PSS.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my brother for that side. I salute you.
happy good day for all Ambazonian, them, especially the one there for Ground Zero. I want to start by making Ground Zero made a sabi say this sabotage and this La Republique proxy forces, then they not start now today. It started right from 2017.
That's right.
With the kidnap of Professor Leke Tambo, where Chris Ano's brother, Oliver Leke, Film Masha, he can kidnap Professor Leke Tambo. That was the beginning of kidnapping for ransom. So La Republique put Film Masha on ground as a soldier, and then he brought Chris Ano, either for diaspora, they use propaganda for media, but they can confuse what people. And that's how the ADF fighters were killed in the BLM state. I was on ground, and if you talk a year, say, I'm talking facts. They killed them. With blackmail, say they take people, they are showing them, rape women, them, when I lie. And that is how La Republique took hold of the BLM, which already a liberated. The BLM was one of the first liberated states in Ambazonia. But because of proxy forces and blackmail and sabotage, we lost the BLM back to the hands of La Republique. When now ADF we try back or go back for the BLM, it's a big pity and a big shame. What about Manu? That way, Dr. Yababi go for Ground Zero for go institute ADF. For that idea, they talking now for Nigeria. Where Ambazonian now who spoil we? Now who really spoil we? Talking in regard to education, I talk that point be very, very important. Because some of we say now for go school be say you could be successful in life. Not be for go school be the gateway to success. But if you go for school where you not get no future, no hope, it is useless. So I want to back on the office of Dr. Ayabaju Lucas and the Gov't and ADF say, make a structural way where our educational system not going to coincide or conflict with La Republique. We don't talk this thing before. I did beg Dr. Ayabaju because me too, I want to make my own Sunday contribution by the end of this month. I go do one because before Ground Zero, I say Ground Zero the respect Country Sunday. I go for finance to that particular project for Country Sunday. They say, may we begin and go for community school. So when you are the talk and I say, I did beg Dr. Ayabaju made a policy way as from 2021. Ambazonian educational system fiscal life for January will not get conflict with La Republique.
All right.
But community school they start January.
My brother,
get their first program March, April, and then get the second around July, August, and then close their academic year after Independence Day celebration. Friday after Independence Day celebration. Also, by the time La Republique come back for their so-called September beginning of school year, we're on the end and end.
Yes.
Those who are picking and not go be confused, they not go be caught in between the fire, and La Republique not go use propaganda for those who no want to make picking and go school.
Okay.
So if we rule out this policy, it will help for save what picking them from being embarrassed like La Republique and for Kumba, and the one the way they be disgraced for Victoria yesterday, I be so ashamed with this
all right.
anti-revolutionary proxy forces of Chris Ano and Sako. So at the back where people they may not confuse her with the real revolutionary fighters. The real fighters will never do such nonsense.
All right, just wait now. Just wait. My brother, you don't talk something we correct now. You don't talk something we correct. The last time we called with me and Dr. Ayabaju Day live, you explained this strategy about for change was school year calendar. That information don't be passed on to the Ambazonian Board of Education for look into it and see how they fit design them. So what you talk, it don't be taken into consideration. That they look into it. A lot of other Ambazonian students don't propose that option. So they would look into it, just give them time, make the Board of Education look into it, and then make their people them for the big people, the book people them for book, whether they be in charge for Ambazonian education, may they come back for we. I hope say with time we will get a response for you. Okay?
I be prepared for like I talk. I meet